The only check ride I ever failed was my CFI check ride.
Okay.
And it was it does happen. It was not my proudest moment, but I've found it over the years that you learn more from failure than you do from success. It was the only check ride I've ever failed. Among all of the check rides I've taken, type ratings, all of those things, the only thing I ever failed. And what had happened was, I'm not trying to make an excuse here, but there was a real reason behind this. When I was flying the Piper Seminoles at flight safety, they were newer Piper Seminoles, and so when you're doing your CFI, you're doing everything from the right seat, right? Because the idea is you're training someone, right? Mm-hmm. The examiner is flying in the left seat. Mm-hmm. And the Piper Seminole that I was familiar with, that had hundreds of hours in at flight safety, all of the switches are arranged in rows. Mm-hmm. These older Seminoles have all of the switches arranged in columns.
Okay.
I only had 5 hours in that particular Seminole before I had to go do a check ride for my CFI. Mm-hmm. And remember, because you're doing it in the right-hand seat, all of the switches are on the far left of the airplane, past the examiner's knee.
Yeah.
These particular switches had all the labels worn off, and so I didn't exactly know which ones were which.
Yeah.
And because the labels were between, this is probably why they changed the configuration, because the labels were between all of the switches, I didn't know if the label meant the switch above or the switch below. Mm-hmm. So we're taxiing out, we're rolling out to start the takeoff sequence, and I go to flip on the boost pumps.
Oh, shit.
He pulls the throttles back and says, "You failed the check ride." I said, "What happened?" And we taxied off. He says, "You turned on the landing light instead of the boost pumps."
Oh, okay.
And I said, okay.